Hello YouTube, it's Ryan here with Hobbies of Man once again, and today we're going to be doing another Manga First Impressions review. Today we're going to be looking at Space Brothers Volume 1, and this is a digital title that I own. It's not sold physically. I bought the first three on Bookwalker a while ago. I got them for pretty cheap actually. I can't remember exactly how much, but I'm pretty sure it was like less than $5 for all three, and it was pretty great. And so I bought them, and there's been a lot of talk about this series recently. Prof Otaku made a video about it recently. I think a few other people did as well, but I can't remember who. But yeah, so Space Brothers is written by Chuya Koyama, and it's published by Kadansha. Like I said, it's only digital, and the demographic is seinen. And the genres are sci-fi, comedy, and slice of life. I would mostly say that the slice of life and sci-fi elements are the most important ones. The comedy aspect isn't really there for me. Like, I didn't really notice any comedy. And it wasn't like I noticed comedy that didn't land, because that's usually what happens. But I didn't really notice any actual real comedic moments that weren't just like vague window dressing instead of like the meat and potatoes of the story. So I wouldn't really say that the story was really a comedy, but if that's what the official, genres for it are, then that's what it is. In terms of adaptation, it does have an anime, and it also has a live-action adaptation, which is pretty interesting. I would actually like to see that live-action film. I think it would be pretty good. And it would be pretty similar to something like The Right Stuff on Disney+. That one is a story about how the process for selecting and training the astronauts for the Apollo missions happened, and it's actually quite good. My dad really likes it. My dad is someone that wanted to be an astronaut when he was younger, and he eventually decided to be an engineer instead for like monetary reasons, but he always has a real interest in spacey kind of stuff. And so he really liked that show. I watched it with him, and I thought it was a good show, and it's very similar to this manga. So if you've seen that show, you probably like this manga as well. So this manga actually is a pretty simple premise. It's two brothers. One is an older brother called Muta, and the younger one, I can't remember his name. I think is Hitomi. That doesn't sound correct, but he's Muta's younger brother, and both of them aspire to go to space because as children they saw a UFO or something that looked like a UFO, and so they have this dream to go to space. However, the young one has managed to become an astronaut, and Muta kind of fell by the wayside and ended up not being an astronaut. He ended up working as a designer for a car company, and now the older brother has been fired from his job at the car company, and has decided that he's going to try to become an astronaut to kind of fulfill a promise he made to his little brother, and so that he can surpass his little brother as he said he would when he was younger. And so the first volume kind of sets that up. The next two volumes actually kind of go through the process of the testing. However, it's a very slow-paced story. I think it's interesting and meaningful, and if you're interested in the subject matter, you'll probably like it. However, if you're not someone that is interested in the process through which these Japanese astronauts are chosen, which I'm guessing is based on the actual way Japanese astronauts would be chosen if there were any. I don't think that there are any, though, at least not yet. Maybe there has been one, and I can't remember. I'm not too sure, but it's a pretty interesting thing. I find it quite interesting. However, it is a slow-paced story, like I said, and if you're not really willing to sit down and just let it wash over you, you're not going to enjoy this. So just be aware of that before you pick up the story. But I would really recommend it. I think it's good. It's very interesting. And it's cool to see like the way a different country approaches astronauts compared to the way we do here in the US, which is we're really into it at one point. Everyone kind of has an interest in them when they're kids, and then it basically goes to the wayside, and there really isn't much to astronauts nowadays. At least I don't know anything about astronauts nowadays. However, there's been that, push to go to Mars. And there was some cool science-y TV shows about that recently. There was this one called like Mission to Mars or something like that I watched with my dad. I think it was on Netflix, or it might have been Prime Video. I can't remember. I think it was some sort of like thing that was explaining how Elon Musk's rockets are supposed to help you, or help the the country get to Mars. But it was a pretty interesting kind of story. It was like half the scientific documentary and half like acting out a possible scenario, and I thought it was cool. So I'm someone that enjoys these types of stories, but if you're not, you're probably not going to like this at all. So, you know, just don't even bother checking it out if that's the case. But if you're even a little bit interested in it, I definitely recommend you give it a try. Just, you know, be aware that it's going to be a slow going process. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe, and comment down below. Let me know your thought. And thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys later.